you see her, you'll agree.
Hello everybody, I am Lolita and welcome back to my channel. I'm also known as the Nurse CEO, but don't worry, you do not have to be in healthcare, you do not have to be a nurse to follow me and follow my videos. I simply am your business sidekick. I have owned plenty of businesses over the years and I am still a successful business owner. So I am here to help you understand all of the stuff that you need to know to make sure that you are a successful small business owner, solopreneur, entrepreneur, side hustler, whatever you want to call yourself. I am here to make sure that I help you be as successful as you possibly can be, right? So today we are going to talk about something that we all need to do and we all know we need to do, but a lot of us don't do it. A lot of us don't want to do it. A lot of us pay other people to do it. Whatever you decide, listen, I am going to give you a tip on how I handle this situation, and I'm pretty sure it is going to help you figure out how to handle your situation too. So today we are going to talk about bookkeeping and getting ready for tax season. Because right now we are smack dab in the middle of tax season. It is February. I know that some of you guys are stressing out because you don't have all of your books together. You don't know all of your expenses. You don't know all of that. If you have an accountant or a CPA, they're probably asking you to supply all of that information and you're scrambling, you're staying up late at night and you're like, what the hell am I supposed to do? This is so hard. You probably hate tax season. But check this out. I'm not doing anything but making these videos because all of my tax information and all that type of stuff is already taken care of. I got the secret juice, guys. I got it for you. I'm telling you, I'm not over here scrambling. I'm not trying to figure out how much I spent on paper last year. I'm not trying to figure out how much I spent on travel. I'm not trying to file all them taxes. I got a secret. My secret, if you have not heard of it, is bench bookkeeping and bench accounting. Now, let me start this video out by telling you a little story, a true story, what happened to me. So I'm going to say about 4 or 5 years ago, when I had first started one of my businesses, I downloaded QuickBooks, just like you are told by everybody in the world that you're supposed to download QuickBooks and you're supposed to easily track your expenses. Okay, this is what happened with me. I downloaded QuickBooks and once a month I would sit down and I would itemize all of my transactions. So if you guys aren't familiar with doing your books, that's what doing your books means. It means that you make sure that every single cent that you spent from your business account is accounted for. You know that you spent X amount of dollars on buying office supplies. You spent another X amount of dollars on marketing, etc., etc., etc. And you should do this very frequently, if not at least once a month. You should probably do it weekly, right? So what I noticed was that whenever I sat down to do my books, it would take me hours. I'm talking about hours, guys. It was not a quick thing. It was a thing that I would sit down, I would go through each and every transaction, then I would try to figure out what category that transaction fitted into, and then it was just this whole thing. And then sometimes I needed like a profit and loss statement, or I needed to see my balance sheet, and I didn't know how to do all that type of stuff. It was a headache. And guys, I have an MBA. I've been to graduate school. You would think that it was super simple, but it wasn't. It was just time consuming. And what I realized eventually after about, 6 months or so of doing my own books, what I realized was that my time as an entrepreneur is valuable. Every single minute of my day, I need to be doing something that adds value back into my company so that I can afford to live and afford to pay my bills, right? So I need to be very cognizant of how I spend my time. And eventually I figured out that doing my books every month was not beneficial for me, simply because that 4 hours it was taken to do my books every month was 4 hours that I could have been using for marketing. I could have been creating an email funnel. I could have been, doing all type of stuff that actually could have brought money into my business instead of sucking money out of my business, right? So I looked for a solution. I knew that I needed a bookkeeper, but I didn't know who to hire, what to do. I didn't know any of that. So I went to Google, like we all do, right? That's probably why you're watching this video right now. So I came across a new company. Back then they were new. Now they're established, but they were called Bench. And I think they said something on their website like, we are your personal bookkeeper. We're here for you every step of the way. Whatever the website said, it sold me. And they had a free trial. So I said, why not? Let me check out what this free trial is about. If it doesn't work out, then I'll just go back to doing my own books like I've already been doing. But if it does work out, then I would be more than willing to pay them to take this one task off of my plate so I don't have to worry about it anymore, right? So I hired them for the free trial, and it was freaking amazing. They literally did every single thing with very little input for me. And what's interesting is that when you sign up for Bench, they literally assign you a real life bookkeeper. This is not a computer or some person in the Philippines or something like that. This is a real life person here in America, as far as I know that they're here in America. And they talk to you. You can schedule time to talk to them. It's completely a transparent situation. They are educated. They know what they're doing. They know how to categorize things legally. Okay, that's the thing, legally. They know what you can and what you can't do. It was just fantastic. So I eventually signed up with them, and they have been doing all of the books for all of my businesses for, I don't know, maybe 4 years now or so. And I am completely happy. Now, just in December of 2019, they started a new service, or added a new service to their Bench bookkeeping called Bench Taxes, I believe is what it's called. So essentially, you have your bookkeeper already through Bench who does all of your books, and they make them look all pretty, which I'm going to show you exactly what they look like. So stay tuned in 1 second. And then they bundle all of that up, and they send it to a specialized team of accountants or CPAs that's assigned to you, and they do all your taxes for you. Literally. It's just that simple. I have like a whole team. I have like a whole accounting team working behind me in the shadows that people don't even know about, and I don't even have to pay them benefits. I don't have to give them office space. I don't have to do anything but pay that one monthly fee per month, and all of my books are taken care of. It's literally amazing, guys. It is amazing. So what am I going to do in this video? This video, I am going to actually show you what the Bench platform looks like, because I know you're curious. You're probably like, wait, this got to be too good to be true. I want to see what's going on. And I don't know if other people are going to show you this, but I'm going to give you the exclusive. I am actually going to show you my Bench dashboard for one of my companies from a couple of years ago, and you are going to see it all. I'm not going to blur out anything. I am going to show you exactly what Bench looks like when you join Bench Bookkeeping, because I know that you are probably sitting at home saying, man, if I would have had Bench Bookkeeping last year, I wouldn't be sitting here now trying to do my own books. You probably would be saying that. But also, I just want to throw out there that when I first joined books, like I said, I had been doing my own books for about 6 months or so, and they were a hot mess. And Bench offered to retroactively go back and do all of my old books for me that I had done for myself, just so that I can have a complete picture when I logged into my dashboard of a complete year. It was a wonderful thing, guys. I don't even know what to, it was just wonderful. So hold up 1 second. We're going to flip to my laptop, and then I am going to give you the 411 on what it's like to work with Bench. Okay, guys, so this is what it looks like when you first log into your Bench dashboard. This is one of my old accounts for one of my old businesses, but all of the information is still here. So this is a good place for me to show you exactly what it looks like once you go inside. So this is the very first screen. This is your messages screen. This is where you and your bookkeeper can talk to each other and relay messages back and forth. It's just like texting. The other cool thing about this is it keeps a transcript of every single thing that you guys have ever talked about. So if there's any question regarding what was communicated, you can always go back here and read about it. However, if this is not sufficient and you want to talk to a human, because these are true bookkeepers, guys, these are real people who are doing your books, then up here in the right-hand column, you can click book a call. Under book a call, you have the option. So right now, my bookkeeper is Mason, as you see here. I can do a 15-minute check-in. I can do a monthly check-in. I can do a tax season prep call. I can do my year-end financial review call, all by just booking a time that is convenient for me whenever I need to talk to her. So this is wonderful. The next tab here is the Pulse tab. Like I say, there won't be anything here for me because this is one of my old accounts. However, the Pulse tab is essentially when they pull all of the data in from your bank account. So instead of having to go to your bank account to download the statements and all that type of stuff, they will automatically show here. It will show all of your recent transactions on the right. It will show all your balances on the left-hand side. And that way the bookkeeper can easily see what's going on. And you also can see what's going on in your bank accounts on a daily basis. The other cool thing that you guys don't have to worry about is the bookkeeper does not have access to your actual checking accounts. You still have access. They just see the data. They're not able to log into your actual checking account. They're not able to withdraw money from your checking account. They're not able to deposit money. They're not able to do anything. They are simply just reviewing the data. They cannot control the data. And that is so very important. Do not give anyone access to your bank account out there. Okay. The next tab is my favorite tab. This is the reports tab. It says not enough data for 2020 because, like I said, this is an old account, but top right hand corner where it says 2020, this shows you that I have been a member with them since 2016. So all of my previous data is here. I'm going to choose 2017 because I think that this was a complete year of information for you guys to see. Perfect. And here we go. I love this dashboard. This is the dashboard that I look at like weekly, sometimes daily, depending upon what's going on with my life, because it shows you really quickly what your profit and loss is and what your top expenses are. So I love this graph here because this graph, it's easy to see when you were below, when you were negative. So for instance, in November 2017, my net profit was a negative $3,000, right? However, on October, I had a positive net profit of $9,000. So it easily identified what's going on. And then up here, you can also see it in numbers if you don't like the graph. Also over here are your top 10 expenses. As you can see, my top expenses had to do with payroll and paying my independent contractors because that was most important to me. I needed to make sure I was paid and the people who worked for me were paid. So that was the majority of my expenses. The other cool thing is if you click where the year is located here, you can change this graph in this view. So if I just wanted to see how I did in quarter one of 2017, there it is. It's the first 3 months of 2017. I can easily see how I was doing and moving along. I can also go back and click up at the top. And if I just want to see month by month, I can see February. In February, it won't have the graph, obviously, but it will have all of the other information for February. So it looks like in February, I didn't really pay myself. I just paid my independent contractors. But sometimes, as an entrepreneur, that's how it is. You have to make sure that the people who work for you get paid before you get paid. So this is essentially the summary page. Next, we are going to move on to our income statement. Now, your income statement basically shows you your revenue, your operating expenses, and then your net profits. So I love this page. Once again, you can customize what you're seeing. So right now we are looking at February 2017. I can easily see that my sales revenue was $11,000. I had $2,000 worth of operating expenses, and I had a net profit of $9,000. I can customize that once again to show all. If I showed all, it will show you all of my revenue. So I had sales revenue, coaching revenue, and interest income. And all of my operating expenses were here. And then my net profit was at the bottom. The other cool feature they have is your business areas, because I sometimes had different lines of businesses. I'm not sure if I did in 2017, but let's click and see. I did not. But if you have, like, say, coaching revenue, sales revenue, Amazon revenue, you can identify those as lines of business so that when you look at this, you can easily see how much money each line of business is making. In addition, you can put tags on all of your stuff if you wanted to do so. Next, we have our balance sheet. The balance sheet is what confuses most people, but this is why it's good to have a good bookkeeper so they can do this for you. This shows all of your assets. This shows all of your liabilities, and this shows the equity in your company. The balance sheet is essentially what you will need if you are going to, say, go to a bank for a loan, or some investors want to look at the balance sheet. So this needs to be accurate, and having a bookkeeper like Bitch make sure that this is accurate is so important, guys. I cannot stress that enough. It's so important that you have all of this information. And once again, you can hit this download button over here. This download button in the top right hand corner will download this so you can print it off, or you can save it to your computer if you want to, or you can print it off and take it to the bank or wherever you need to go. It's all right here for you. The next section we have on the left-hand side is our document section. This section is where you will upload your statements into the software so that they can all be here for your tax keeper. And officially, and even if you have receipts and you need to do stuff like that, like I say, in 2020, I'm really not doing much with this company, so that's why this is all blank. But let's see, if I change this to 2017, it might, yeah, these are all my statements. So this is where all of your bank statements are located. All of your receipts are located under here, so you can easily see that. And if you don't have match receipts, and these are, all of your stuff is here. So this is really good. One more thing I want to show you. At the year end, they give you a wonderful year-end financial statement. Let me see if I can find that for us. Okay, guys, so underneath the tax section of the document section, this is where your year-end financial package would be. So if you had Bitch bookkeeping last year and they just finished all of your yearly bookkeeping, they will put together a wonderful package for you here. This package contains every single piece of information that your accountant or your CPA will need in order to do your taxes. All you have to do is click the download button here and it will download for you. One last thing I want to show you are the add-ons. So the add-ons are, like I mentioned before, they have tax filing. So if you had them do your bookkeeping for all year long, then they would simply send that year-end financial package of information to the tax people for you, and they will start doing your taxes without you having to do not one single thing. And then I also mentioned the catch-up bookkeeping. Remember when I said I tried to do the bookkeeping myself, but it wasn't that perfect? So they actually went back and did all of the other stuff. I mean, the previous months that I had did myself, they went back and redid them for me really insanely fast, as they state right here. They also have options for, you can get insurance for your business, which I have not tried this yet. You can get financing for your business. I have not tried that yet. You can also have payroll for your business. I actually have a video about the payroll services that I currently use. I'm going to link that below if you're interested in the payroll services. And they also have the ability to do all of your invoicing from here. So literally, Bench Bookkeeping is like your financial team all on the computer in one place at one time. I have a special offer for you guys. If you look in the link below, I have a special affiliate code that you can click. It will give you a free trial of bookkeeping. You can play around inside of here, just like I have been doing. You can see for yourself how wonderful Bench Bookkeeping is. And I hope that this helps you so that next year you won't have the headache of trying to figure this all out for yourself. You can figure it out with Bitch. They are your personal bookkeepers that help you make life easy for small businesses and entrepreneurs. Hope you enjoyed the video. Talk to you soon. And don't forget to subscribe and like to my channel so you can stay updated with all of the content that I am going to bring.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G,